Well, hello, all of my students. I hope you're having a fantastic day. My name is Jay, and welcome to another episode of Parlay with Jay. Now, on today's video, this is going to be a conversation. So, I will not have any subtitles because I want to help strengthen your English listening skills. Now, I will give you some vocabulary words from today's conversation that you can study to help improve your English vocabulary. Also, drop down in the comments section and let me know your thoughts and comments about today's conversation. So, as you can see, I am not inside of my office recording today's conversation. I am outside and it is another beautiful day. As I said in my last lesson, the seasons are changing. So now I have on my long sleeve shirt because it's a little nippy. Nippy is a word that we use to describe it's chilly or it's a little cold. So you might say, it's a little nippy out or inside the house. My wife and I sometimes argue about the temperature of the house. I'm cold natured. She likes the temperature to be a little low because, women, they get hot flashes. And so I have to adapt. How I feel does not matter. But what I want to converse about today is wedding season. Now, usually weddings are during the spring and summer months. But I have noticed that it has become more popular for people to have fall and winter weddings. And so this past weekend, I went to a wedding of a friend of mine, and I have known her since she was in middle school. And now she is in her late 20s and 30s, and she got married this past weekend, and it was a great celebration. I don't know how it is in your culture or in your family, but some people prefer large weddings, okay? Expensive weddings. Personally, my wife and I, we had a small wedding. Yesterday, I would say it was a small or petite size wedding. Excuse me, yet it was very elegant. It was decorated nicely, not too much, not too little. It was right in the middle, just right. What do you think is a large amount of money to spend on a wedding? I know one couple, one young lady, she spent over $20,000 on her wedding. And she saved that money for some years because she wanted to have a large wedding. That's a lot of money. I personally would have rather put that money in the honeymoon or in a down payment for a home. But everyone's different. Let me know your thoughts. So the colors for the wedding were green and beige or cream. And so the bridal party had on those colors. That's a vocabulary word that you can use, the bridal party. It's the group of people that make up the party that is getting married. So you have the groom, which represent the male, and then you have the bridesmaids, which support the female. Okay, and they make up the bridal party. All right. Another vocabulary word that is somewhat common, but you rarely hear it used, elope. Now, when a couple elopes, they go and get married, and it is secret. Okay, so you may see them on Friday, and they're just boyfriend, girlfriend. But When you elope, you go somewhere, you get married, and then when you see them on Monday, they're legally a couple. Okay, so they eloped. Some people elope. Another vocabulary word for weddings is receptions. Now, I don't do receptions. I'm ready to get home. I'll show up, show my support, give a gift, and then I'm going home. The reception is a time where the family and friends can celebrate the new couple. And usually in America, it's a time of eating, dancing, partying. It's a festive time. And this is called the reception. Now, of course, some receptions have alcohol, some don't. But I've been to receptions and they were getting hot. I mean, they were smoking. They were they were really having a party, okay? And so weddings should be celebratory or they should be festive. They should be exciting. Another vocabulary word that you can use for the wedding are the vowels, the wedding vowels. And these are the promises that each couple or the bride and the groom make to one another. It's the part where the preacher says, do you take this person to be your wife? Will you love? Will you have, hold, cherish, for better, for worse? Those are the wedding vows. And it's so funny how in the wedding yesterday, the groom, he said he will or I do, but he whispered it and the preacher said, speak up so we can hear you. Say it a little bit louder. He was like, I do. Yeah, so you want the witnesses to confirm that you are agreeing with the vows, okay? Now, one slang term that we use to describe someone that is getting married that I want you to know and practice is tie the knot. So my friend yesterday or this past weekend, they tied the knot. And that's a term that we use to say someone has gotten married. So you'll hear people say, hey, I heard you tied the knot last week. Yeah, I got married, okay? Now, black folks have a term they use, jump the broom. And so they may say, yeah, man, I think I'm going to go ahead and jump the broom with my old lady. In other words, I'm going to get married. So these are some terms that you can practice if you did not already know them concerning a wedding. I'm looking at my notes, which you can get off the Patreon. Show your support for my channels. But some vocabulary words about a wedding: bridal party, elope, reception, wedding vows, and tie the knot. For those who don't know, I have been married for almost 30 years. Can you believe it? 30 years. It's been almost 30 years since I tied the knot. Well, thanks for hanging out with me on today's quick conversation. I hope you drop down in the comments section and join the conversation about today's topic being weddings. My name is Jay. If you know someone trying to improve their English, share this lesson with them. Or if you want longer, more in-depth lessons, be sure to check out the links in the description. As always, enjoy your day, and I hope you join me and parlay with Jay on my next English lesson. I'll see you then.